Okay, so this is going to be kind of hard to believe and follow, maybe. But anyways, I'm going to try it again. This location on the Earth near Antarctica, you can see it here. It's like round, a round shape. Okay, well, there's an area, a crater on the moon called Schrodinger Basin. Schrodinger Basin near the lunar south pole. It looks like a coin. It's actually where money, Money, originates as the coin. It's a round, perfectly round crater. It's a beautiful crater, and that crater shows in our weather all around the planet. It's a perfect circle. They used to show a lot better. They used to show it in the weather so much better than they do today. They downgraded our weather since I started doing these overlays. They have downgraded weather and tried to hide that circular shape that used to show every day really clear. It doesn't show that clear anymore, but it does still show. You have to know what to look for. But anyway, right here, this is some weather I caught here one day. Okay, and you can see there's like this head right here with looks like the devil with horns. See the horns coming out of the head, kind of a side profile. Right here's his mouth. Looks like smoking a cigarette or something. Okay, well I had this image that I overlaid over this before. It's probably a video up on this already, and I showed the overlay. I don't have that picture, or I still have it, but I don't know where it is. I'm not going to search for it. But I looked on the internet and I brought up Devil's Face or whatever, something like that. And you can see the people that actually know what. See these people right here. See that the side profile with the horns. This one here. This one here. Only some of them are side profile, but like right here, this one. This one's like reversed, which is good because that's how it would have been seen on the moon. This is the direction it would have been seen if you're. That's the real one right there. It'd be facing that way. People would have seen it originally that way. They wouldn't have seen it in the weather like we see it in the weather, because we're looking down with satellites. We can see it on the Earth in the weather. Because what is in the whatever you see above is below. That pattern in the weather that I just showed you is below on the surface of the Earth, or it wouldn't be showing in the weather above. That's as above, so below. Or you can say it any way you want. I like to say it so below, or no, as above. I can't remember. I had a different way of saying it. But it was actually perfect, but I'll remember in a minute. So the side profile faces are the ones where these people actually know what they're doing. See that one right there? Look at that. That would overlay right over that pretty good. But there was a better picture. I'll probably run across it. Hope so. Anyways, I showed that before. And you could actually see it already. I don't even have to do the overlay, really. I don't think. See what I'm saying? Look at this. And then look at that picture. That's on the ground. This comes from a crater. I'm going to show it to you right now. I think I have it overlaid. Or I did. I thought I did. I can do it real quick. It's right here, but I got a better picture of it. I mean, look at this, people. I've been doing my research. I've been doing it. I don't just make this up on a day by day. This is a lot of stuff I don't ever, make videos about. Okay, so let's just open that. And you can already see, like, the Sphinx. Look at that. That's totally the Sphinx right there. The head right here. See pyramids in there. See, this whole thing is a coin. This is like, you look at George Washington. Remember the hats like George Washington wore? It was this shape right here, right? You put George Washington's face right in there, and that looks like George Washington's head. That's why this is the coin. Money, M-O-N. Any word with M-O-N, Monday, month, monastery, monster, you know, mono, all that. So let's shrink this down and put that in there. I'll give it a shot. I mean, I've done so many videos with this crater in the past. I mean, I showed this thing 50 or so well so many times in videos. Not only this crater, the whole thing, the whole surroundings, the whole lunar South Pole, perfect on the Earth. The weather showed it, perfect. I'll show you that too. Okay, so this goes more like, hold on, let me see if I can find the, it goes like this. Turn a little bit more. See that? It goes something like that, I think. Pretty close. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this area of the moon. Right here. And look behind it. I gotta turn it a little bit. See that? Oh, I can see that. Just gotta go this way a little bit. Like that. About right there. Yep, I can see that. Yep. Oh, man, look at that. That's not bad at all. So let's just save that. Back it off. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? It's the right way and everything. I wasn't even paying attention to the direction it was going to end up. You see how this comes out to a point? It goes like this, comes around and out to a point from this way, and this, like, here's the point. Okay, well, this crater, as you can see, is doing the same thing right here. See that? How it comes out the side right here? It's a full circle, but it's like blown out right here. You see that? Well, this is the way I've always looked at this crater, this way, because it had to be the way they've seen it, because I know that if this crater is on the moon for real, then this is where all that came from. I've done the overlays countless times, and it's first try every time. I don't even have to try like 3 times. If I don't get it on the first try, then I just move on to something else. So it's like everything that I saved basically was the first attempt. Look at that line. See the line right here? Look at the line in the weather. So this could be considered like the devil, because look, this is when people do that 666 hand sign thing with the where you put your fingers together, make the circle. That's this circle right here. That's the circle right there that you're looking at on your screen right now. That represents that circle you're making with your fingers. This crater does. It's crazy, but if you were to see the weather pattern that this entire area of the moon leaves on the Earth, it shows this circle like this, right? And then it shows like these like 3 fingers. It looks like fingers that come off the side. So if you do that sign, it actually looks exactly like the weather pattern that this crater leaves, or the pattern on the Earth that the crater leaves, or whatever it does. It shows over the Earth, the weather. And if you look at this crater on the moon, in the whole lunar South Pole area, you'll see the whole thing, because it goes like this when you look at it that way. Here's like the circle, and the fingers go back this way, I think. Anyway, that's an important crater. I called it the Christ crater. But look at that. It goes right there with that guy. I can see that whole thing. Look at that. Ooh. And right here, there is a circular crater right in here. And I can see it. See it right here? See that outline right there? Yeah, that was pretty good. And then this here, this area here. You see, this is this is where all the state seals come from. You know, like your country seal or whatever. They got the round. It's always round, almost always round, or a shield shape, like a shield, right? Look at that notch in the corner. Is there everything? Look at that weather right there. They'll fit right in that spot. And the curve of that peninsula off of Antarctica. Look at that. It's just beautiful. See it come to this point right here. Very nice overlay right there. I got to save that in case my computer dies or something. I mean, that's oversized. I did it oversized, obviously, but it's not that much oversized. Actually, that crater's bigger than they say it is on the moon. Obviously, right? So this crater right here, I called it the Christ crater because it showed so much in our weather. I mean, really, that's how much it showed, how often it showed so perfectly in our weather in the past. When I first started doing the weather, this thing showed in our weather as a perfect circle, and you would see these details inside here, inside the circle all the time. It matched perfect all the time. So I knew that this crater was important, and I just thought, wow, you know, that crater is so important. You could call that the Christ crater. That's what I said. You know, that's what I was calling it, the Christ crater. And so I actually took some images of Christ, you know, with his head inside of the circle and everything like that. Anyone that was inside of a circle, I overlaid over this crater. And every time, first try, it would fit. You'd see the things in that picture in this crater. The lines, the staff. This is like a staff in one of them, where he's holding like a staff. This is the crown right here. Or the cobra in the Egyptian. You can see that it looks like a cobra. Look at that. That's the cobra in the Egyptian headdress. You see that? And look at the shape of it, how it comes out to the side and it comes in. George Washington's hat, you know, those hat, all the fashion and everything back in them days, they were trying. This is what they were copying right here. That's where that stuff comes from, right here. If this is really on the moon, if it's really there, then that's where it comes from. Either that or they're just putting it here, you know, to do whatever. That could be too. I'm not saying that's out of the question. I'm just saying, if this is really on the moon, that's where it comes from. And you can, you know, just by studying things, you can kind of figure out that it probably is where it comes from. You know, because it's a puzzle you got to put together. But still, this is an important crater that showed in our weather every day. That's all I'm saying. Still does every day. They just don't show it like they used to. And what I told you, I'd show you the other one. This is the one the Super Bowl played. This is the Super Bowl crater right here. Very important. Christ crater too. This is like Mary. This is Mary. Isis. It's Osiris. See the O? It's like an O. Osiris. It's Horus. This crater is all those people that, you know, it represents all of them. There's like the belly. Christ maybe. I think it's this right here. I'm not sure though. It's one of these two for sure. I know that for sure. So anyways, I was going to show you that one. Where'd it go? Right here. This one right here, that's the lunar South Pole. This pattern right here, look at it, I got it overlaid over. It's almost perfect. You can't see very much change, and you see a little bit right here. See that right here? You can't see through this picture. This picture is solid. You can, the way I have it set right now, it's not transparent, so you cannot see the Earth on Google Earth behind until I start to fade it out. And you can see that nothing changes really, except for a couple little spots move over a little tiny bit. China, a little bit. But it's, you know, you can see the coastlines are right there. It's close, really close, this overlay. But this is weather from 2014, a super typhoon, right? This was a super typhoon that I just saved the picture. And this is the lunar South Pole. You know, that's all there is to it. I'll do that overlay. We'll do that real quick, because I know how easy it's going to be to do. And I know it's pretty impressive. And you'll see the hand sign right now. And then if you look up Schrodinger and Christ in a search, you get some strange results. Strange results. Interesting. There's a connection between the two for some reason. Is Christ real? Is he not? Like the cat in the box or whatever? See that? You put Schrodinger right there with the super typhoon. And look at the eye. Look where the eye ends up. See that little black spot right there? A little volcano. This was like, well, it's big. It's a huge volcano actually, because if the moon's not this, it's not small like they say. But look how it fits right inside. You can see that this is not a very detailed image of the moon from Google Moon. It's not very detailed, so you know. But you can see it's the same thing. And then look at the center, this edge here, this angle. So important. So important. Wow, super important to know this. Lunar South Pole, right there. You know that they call this area of the Earth the third pole of the Earth. Actually, they call this, yeah, well, they don't say where the center of it is, but that's the third pole of the Earth, right in that area. Just like that. Look, it looks like the Tibetan Plateau was two big mountains right here at one time. It looks like it was two big mountains that were smashed. Look at that. Two big old craters right there next to each other. How they fit that area. Look at that. You can see that they fit there. This area changes just in the right place. And I just threw that up there. That's a good overlay, though, right there. Turned out real good. And we know Copernicus goes right here, too. Right here in the center, Copernicus goes right there, too. So that's the center right in here, right in this area of Thailand. So that's your former North Pole. That's why they call this the third pole of the Earth. Third pole. That's important to know. Just pay attention to the weather. And we know right here in this area of the Earth, the weather, the monsoon. The monsoon. That means monsoon. Mon is moon. So there you go. That's why the monsoons happen here, because anyways, long enough. Thank you for watching. Just some interesting stuff I thought you'd like to see. Have a good day. Good night. Till next time.